Yeah, I know it's not working. You've done everything that they recommended you do. You've done promotions, spend money on big producers, send messages out to all your family and friends and folks you haven't spoke to in years, man. You're still not getting the views that you desire, I know. You're still not getting that push. You don't have that buzz that you thought you have. So now you're being invited into these big, large circles. People asking you for your opinion and you refuse to give it because you don't feel like you can add value. But they snuck you into the meeting for a reason. You weren't just there, man, to be another number. It's time for you to stand to be accounted for. You spent so much time hiding in the shadows behind everyone else, and now stardom is tapping you on the shoulder and you trying to run from it. You finally getting invited to do stuff. People starting to scream out your name. People are actually starting to support you a little bit. The growth is not what you think it should be, and so now you want to quit. Because those same people you told your dream to are decided not to support you, and now you want to quit. Because they're not clicking on your content. Because they're not shopping at your online store. Because they're not buying your merch. Now you want to quit. You done recorded session after session after session. You done poured your heart and soul into it. You done stood in front of that mirror practicing night after night after night, day after day after day. And those in the house are supporting you and they're screaming out your name and they're telling you how great you're going to be. And it's showtime. You got goosebumps, you're getting somewhat nervous, but you go out there and man, you blow. You do the best job that you could possibly do. You start to feel good about yourself and then you come back and you look at the responses. And they're not what you thought they should be. Are you going to rise up or are you going to walk away from your dreams? It's so easy to talk about because you have to have the recognition that this dream is solo. It belongs solely to you. And there is no promise that people are going to back it, that people are going to buy it, that people are going to play it, that they're going to share it. There is no guarantee. But not until you convince yourself that your voice matters in this world and that people need to hear what you have to say. Once you get that attitude, that's when things slowly begin to change. See, right now, you're just practicing and performing. You haven't even grown to the state, man, when you're perfect. What that talent level will be. You haven't even perfected it. Right now, you're still trying, you're still falling, you're still stumbling, you're still making those rookie mistakes. But as you continue to sharpen that tool, whoo, man, watch out. As you continue to practice, as you continue to work out, as you continue to focus your mind, as you continue to remove all of those negative people out of your life, then you start to gain what they call momentum. Oh, yes. Uncle Mo starts to get on your side and that thing starts to build. And even though your shoulders want to crumble, because you didn't expect it to happen this way, you got to be ready. In the situation, when the time and the opportunity presents itself, you got to be ready. Because you may only get one shot. Whether it's in business, whether it's in relationships, only get one opportunity. And it's time for you to seize the moment. Yeah. You gotta seize this moment. You gotta give it everything that you got. You gotta face all the negativity, all the criticism, all the barriers. You gotta face it and seize this moment. You got to act like a young David with 5 smooth stones facing the Goliath of your life. It's not time to tuck tail and run. It's time to face him. Yeah. Some of your Goliaths are passed through bills. Some of your Goliaths are broken relationships. Some of your Goliaths are the anxiety and the depression and the worry from a traumatic experience that you experienced when you were a young person. Some of you may have experienced it at an older time, but that's your Goliath at this moment. Some of your Goliaths are broken promises. But you made it to a point where you've cried your last tear, and it's time for you to step up and face your Goliath in this season of your life. See, everybody laughed at your slingshot. Woo. Everybody laughed at your slingshot. When you were writing those lyrics, trying to rap for the first time, everybody laughed at you. When there was that first opportunity that you had to teach Bible study or Sunday school, and it didn't go the way that you planned because you didn't have the depth that you possess now, everybody laughed at your slingshot. When you did that first performance, man, and you couldn't afford no dope outfit, so you went out there with what you had and gave all you had, and they laughed at you. Everybody laughed at your slingshot. When you tried to play basketball for the first time and you wasn't that good, and you were shooting the ball over the goal, turning the ball over, traveling and walking and doing all manner of things, everybody laughed at you. When you grew up in that house that was too small, when you slept in that bed that was too short, when you had to share food with all of your siblings, and those people that didn't know you laughed at you and talked about you, they laughed at your slingshot. But what they failed to recognize, and what you know, is that you hadn't even started winding that thing up yet. You hadn't even built the momentum up yet. You hadn't even started trying as hard as you could. You hadn't even started walking as fast as you can or running as fast as you can. You didn't even wind that thing up, and they were laughing at you. Once you made your decision, once you got focused, once you got determined, and you actually threw your first shot, you seized the moment. Woo! And that's what I'm talking about on today. It's time for you, it's time for me to stop running and stop hiding and stop pretending to be people that we're not. And it's time for us to seize the moment. There's a big old gigantic world out there waiting for you, waiting for me, waiting to hear from you, waiting to see the things that you got, waiting to look at all the creativity that exists in your mind. Why don't you get it on paper? Why don't you get it on video so the world can see the skills and the talents and the abilities that you have? Let's seize the moment. Hey. I'm coming hard today because I'm thinking about all of you and all of the situations that we pass up, all the opportunities that we let slip by in favor of other people. But today is your day. The week is your week. It's time for you to seize the moment and take the opportunity by the neck and become the women and men that you were designed and gifted and created and crafted to be. It's time for us to seize the moment, y'all. We watching other people, we listening to other people, we looking at other people, we reading about other people. It's so much power in your last name that you ain't tapped into yet. Why don't you make them know who you are? We shopping by clothes with everybody's last name on it. Why don't you put out your own clothes? Why don't you make your own last name famous? Why don't you make people read about you and study about you? Seize the moment.